Hello friends, my name is RubyWire, and this is technically going to be a vlog, I guess. I went to Ethan Nestor, CrankGameplays. I have to do this show. I went in Cleveland, Ohio at the Agora, which oddly enough, I've only ever been to 2 shows, one of which was Ninja Sex Party, and the other was the I Have to Do This show, both of which were in the Agora Theater, and both of which I accidentally wore the same jacket to. It was cool, unrelated, but it was cool. Here's my favorite picture of Ethan during the show. Well, before the show. It was really cool. So what this is going to be is there's not going to be any spoilers about the show. So if you haven't seen the show and you have tickets, you don't have to worry about that. This is just going to be kind of me feeling how I was feeling after the show. Like I said, I've been to 2 shows in my life that were like this. Also, don't worry about this. I got hit by a D&D die. I've been to 2 shows, both of which were at the Agora. The Ninja Sex Party show I went to, I saw, and it was right before I had started doing YouTube. I think just a few months before. Then there was the I Have to Do This show, which I've been doing YouTube for over 3 years now. And there was mention of Ethan having been doing YouTube for a decade now, which astounds me. Personally, CrankGameplays, I didn't really get into his content until 2017 or 2018. I don't remember, because it was also right before I started doing YouTube that I had started getting into his content. And then when I started doing YouTube, didn't really keep up with other content creators as much. And then Unis Honest happened, and I got really into Unis Honest. I got back into Markiplier and CrankGameplays, both of their content. Having gone to the show, honestly, it feels like something I would have loved to be able to do. Again, with no spoilers, there was a lot of talk about emotionally what YouTube is to people, both the creators and the people who watch the content, the viewers. And it really got me thinking about what I want to do with my own life. For those who don't know, I am currently an undergraduate student, and I graduate honestly in like a month by the time this video comes out, which will be tomorrow. I'm recording this the day before. Don't worry about it. I graduate in about a month. I've currently been extended an offer for a graduate school with a very intense position, but very financially beneficial position. And the show has gotten me thinking about both what I want my career to be and what I want my life to be. And YouTube is something that I've been doing for 3 years now, and I've had some of the most fun on YouTube just creating, and the friends that I've made and met, MMDVG, Bootleg TJ, White Rice, Nathan, I don't know where your channel is, if you even have a channel at this point, Noah, Fifth Slayer, Intimco, Lich, Abir, all the people that have supported me through YouTube, and all the people that I've worked with. And who am I missing? Who am I missing? I'm not missing anybody, am I? I don't want to leave someone out. Josh and Juve. I didn't mean to miss you guys. I just forgot Jay's for a minute. Josh and Juve also. Oh, dang, Juve, you're doing really good. Dang, no, you're doing really good too. Guys, let's go. Keep it up. But it really got me thinking about what I want creation to be for me. And I've said before that after 9 years, if I've been doing YouTube and I haven't made anything of myself in doing YouTube, that I would stop. I don't know if I've said that on camera before, but that was the idea. And it's been 3 years, so we're a third of the way there. But after seeing the show, I realized that content creation is something that we really take for granted. We really don't recognize how much work can go into being a content creator and how draining it can be emotionally and mentally to try and keep up with the demand of individuals who watch the content, especially if you're a huge channel like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye, CrankGameplays. Like, it's a lot. There's a lot of pressure there, and the show really opened my eyes to what that pressure is. And while I am by no means a channel that's even remotely that big, there's always that slim possibility that something like that would happen. And the show had made me realize that while I love what it is that I do, would I be able to handle that? And personally, I like to think that, yeah, I could. I would love to think that I could handle the pressure, but realistically, I recognize that in other positions where there's external pressures and expectations and all these outside influences on me, sometimes that pressure gets to be too much. And that's with my professional career and my academic career. My career as a content creator, if you can call it a career, the pressure from that has been so minuscule compared to the pressure that I've had put on me from other areas of my life. And I assume it's just because I'm such a small channel and the community that I have is such a small one that's really tight knit and really understanding. But there's that off chance that if I do ever end up being a huge community on YouTube, that yeah, there's gonna be that pressure and there's gonna be that mental exhaustion that comes with that. And it's hard to think about the people that we look up to, who inspire us, who influence us, who make us want to create. It's hard to imagine them feeling so negative inside. And that's not to say that every content creator is struggling with the mental battle. There might be some who aren't. There's a very good chance that a lot of them are, though. And even if a lot of them aren't, there are still the ones that do. And the pressure that is put onto them from the community, and to be a beacon for everybody who adores them and loves them, is overwhelming to think about. The pressure on me from minuscule areas of my life, I don't want to say minuscule, from certain areas of my life, we'll say my job, for instance. There's a lot of pressure on me from my job, and that involves at most like 70 people. At most. I can't imagine millions of people who know you, who look up to you, who expect things of you. That pressure feels unreal to me. Why am I getting an encoding overload? It's literally just my camera. There's nothing else on. What are you talking about? Anyways, that pressure just feels unreal. And the I Have to Do This show did a really good job of opening my eyes again to, first off, why I want to create so bad. Why I want to be that person who people can look up to, who people love to go to every 3 days in my case, and why creating means so much to me. And it also showed me just how intense that can be for someone. The work that goes into it, the stress, just everything. There are times where content creators do get worried about, is the content good enough? Is what I'm doing what people want? And honestly, I don't think that what I do is necessarily what people want. At least what I'm doing right now is what I want to do. And that's kind of been what YouTube has been for me for these past 3 years. It's been a way for me to create something that I wanted to create something that was inspired by content that I grew up watching. And I know that it's very unlikely with the style of content that I do that there will ever be a huge surge in my channel. Just my style of videos aren't popular. This is the truth, and I know that. But YouTube shouldn't be something for people where creators have to feel these expectations on them, where creators have to feel this pressure to perform. I understand that, yes, that comes with the fame and the notoriety of being a large creator. And that understanding comes from the show. Like, that's not something I initially had thought about is, yeah, the YouTubers have it so good. They're famous, they're rich, they're happy, they get to play video games for a living. Yeah, that's really cool. You have millions of people who expect things of you. That feels unreal to me. And YouTube, to me, has never been that I feel this pressure to perform the way that others want me to perform. It has always been, I want to make something that I enjoy making. And if people follow me along the way, awesome. If not, this is really just... I've mentioned this before, but YouTube for me was a way to hold myself more accountable. When I had started doing YouTube my first semester of college, or my second semester of college, the winter break between the two, I did it because I had such a terrible habit of never finishing things that I started. And I wanted to change that because it was bleeding over to other things that I loved, like video games. I loved playing video games, but I kept leaving them unfinished. I just finished streaming Dark Souls 3, and I had started that game 2 or 3 times, but never finished it. I didn't beat the game, but I did my first stream. So YouTube for me was a way to hold myself accountable. And it's something for me that I make because I like making it. Granted, I have wanted to go different directions with my channel. I have thought about nuking the channel and starting over. I don't think I'll ever do that. I think I might go on a hiatus and come back with a new style of content, but I won't ever nuke the channel. But YouTube shouldn't have to be something where we have these expectations put on us. It should be something that we can do because we want to do it. And I think the show helped enlighten me, is a good word, on how large YouTubers really have this fear of failure. They have so many people that look up to them, and just being afraid of letting them down. And I know personally I'm so terrified of letting down the people that I care about and disappointing them. And there's not a lot of people in my life that fear actually exists with. But someone like Ethan, who has how many subscribers do you even have now, Ethan? Like 2,000 or 2 million? Let's look. Oh, here, put it up. How many? Yeah. Hi, Ethan. Over 2 million subscribers. The fear of letting them down, I can't even compare how I feel to how Ethan might feel. And the show really opened my eyes to that. And I doubt Ethan will ever see this video. But Ethan Nestor, if you do ever see this video, I want you to know that the content that you create because you want to create it is phenomenal content. Whether or not people like your content just because they like you, I understand how stressful that can be. The people in my life who support me are mostly my close friends and family. They support me because of who I am, not necessarily because my content is good. And I can't even imagine that on such a grand scale. But this show was something that I would have something that if I had created it, I would have been beyond proud of. And I honest to God think that this show is something to be proud of. And the content that is created is something you should be proud of. And I know I'm some nobody and you're you, and you're probably not even watching this, but on the off chance you ever see this, you should be proud of your content. And that goes for everyone who's out there. I mean, as long as you're making something that you love because you want to make it, and as long as it's not hurting anybody, it's something you should be proud of. And I'm going to leave it there. So thank you everybody so much for watching this. I guess we're going to call this vlog 3, the I have to do this show recap or something. I don't fucking know. But it's something to be proud of. And your work is something that you should be proud of as long as you do what you want to do and put your effort into it. So, I'm going to leave this vlog here. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Peace.